This course is presented by TTJ Tech Services and Stir It Up Studios.
And now, to the glory of God and the benefit of listeners everywhere, it's iPad for all computing.
Number 33. Glad to have you. Welcome to iPad for All Computing for today. We will have another class tomorrow and then 3 classes next week. Remember that there is no class on Memorial Day, so next week's classes will be Tuesday through Thursday. And Father, in the name of Jesus, it is a joy to do your will. We need your help in everything that we do. We are nothing without you, and we thank you for every blessing. And we thank you that what we say in these classes will be a blessing to all those who listen. Lord, none of me, but all of you in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. Well, praise God. And once again, welcome online and in person here. Session number 33. We're going to be talking about GarageBand, giving you some detailed overviews. Let me get the original sound going because we've got a packed agenda here.
Micro done button speech off.
All right, now I think we're all set. And I've got my iPad here that we're going to do the demos on.
2:08 p.m. Do not disturb. 2:08.
Okay.
Do not disturb. 2:08 p.m. Setting page 1, page 206.
All right, we are about to launch GarageBand and give you a more in-depth look now today at the app. I want to remind you that there are home screen shortcuts. We can long press the GarageBand app icon.
Task Apple's GarageBand. 3 new items. Options button. Collapsed. Create new track song button. Create new live loop song. Create new audio recording button. Root off.
Okay, and then there's a bunch of recents.
Open Windows. GarageBand button. Recents.
All right, so we'll dismiss that.
Dismiss content.
You heard 3 options there. Create new track song, create new live loop song, and create new audio recording. Every project is called a song. It's not a document, right? Because it's an audio, digital audio workstation app, so it's a song. There are 2 main types of songs, a track song and a live loop song. And I talked to you yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to listen to that, you can go back and review it. It's already live on the podcast. Praise God. Take a listen to that when you have opportunity. But live loops is very great for young students with no musical background whatsoever, kindergarten and so on. You are actually putting notes onto a grid on the screen, and a song is sort of automatically created for you. Once you move beyond that, you'll do a tracks song, and within that, one of the types of tracks you can do is an audio recorder track. We actually use that audio recorder track to record our voice or anything live that we would record with a microphone. We also use that to bring songs into the project that we might use for ringtones or for other purposes. We're going to demonstrate all of that today. And then, of course, there are other types of tracks that you can create. We looked through a few of those yesterday, and we even showed you the keyboard track where we were using MIDI software instruments. But we'll spend some more time with that today. When you open the app directly instead of using the shortcuts on the home screen,
GarageBand. Toggle sidebar button.
You are presented with this typical, what's known typically as a document manager or project manager. In the GarageBand app, we actually want to call that a song browser. This is the song browser. It does integrate with the Files app, of course, including iCloud Drive, so all of your creations, all of your songs are synced across all of your devices. And what we have here is GarageBand Recents right now, but you'll notice that there is a sidebar we can show and hide, and then there are buttons to create new projects or songs. Now, again, I take you back to when we used Pages. We had a start writing button and we had a choose a template button. The choose a template button gives you all of the different choices, including a blank document, but it also gave us lots of other choices, if you remember. Start writing immediately opened a blank document with screen view enabled, so it customized the settings for us based on what it thought would be the most logical for that type of project. Well, similarly in GarageBand, there are two options for creating a new project. The Create New Song button is kind of like the Choose a Template button. That's going to give you the immediate option of creating your first track. Now remember, you can layer your tracks. You can have up to 256 tracks. This is a multi-track recording app. And there are 10 different types of tracks that you can choose. Several of them are MIDI tracks for software instruments, including keyboards, drummer, the drum kits, the what do they call them? Smart strings, the bass. There's several of those. And then there's your audio recorder track, and then there's a few others. So we'll kind of look through some of that here today. But remember that you have to pick a track to begin your project, just like you pick a template. You can mix and match tracks within a project also. So I could record a few MIDI tracks to create an arrangement of software instruments, and then I could record vocals over top of that, which of course would indicate use of an audio track rather than a MIDI track. Now, remember that all of these projects are collaborative. We can work with others, and we can do the in-person jam sessions as well. When you choose that Create Song option, it's going to present you with the track browser, so you can pick which type of track you want, and you can also actually change it to live loops if you'd rather do the grid method of creating a song. We're not going to do that. There is another button up here.
Selected. Recents. Tab. Shift wrap back. Forward. New audio recording. Button.
And that's like the start writing icon. That creates a new audio recording with so it creates a new project with an audio track already ready to go. It also, just like Pages has the start writing button that turns on the screen view, this create audio, new audio recording track, that button also customizes a couple of the settings for you. First of all, it turns off the metronome. So there is a built-in metronome. In case anybody doesn't know what that is, that's the click timer that keeps the beat to help you stay on beat when you're recording a song or something. So if you choose new audio recorder, it automatically turns the metronome off, because you might not be doing a song. Maybe you will, but maybe you'll be doing spoken word or something. Excuse me. The other thing that it does is it turns on automatic song sections. Now, what in the world does that mean? What's automatic song sections? All right. Songs, when they're created, could be a variety of lengths, right? We can have a 2-minute song. We can have a 5-minute song. We can have a 12-minute, whatever it might be, right? Average songs, I'm going to guess, are probably, 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. Some are a bit longer, some shorter. But you can have all different lengths of songs. But from a musical standpoint, when we are looking at written music, we indicate our songs by the number of measures or the number of bars in a song. And this makes it very easy when a live band is playing together, or an orchestra or something. Everybody knows right where to go. If you say, all right, we're going to start at measure 52, or, we have a key change coming up at measure 103, whatever, and so the measures indicate where you are in the song. Now, ordinarily, when you play a song, especially live, you're going to play that song straight through. And many times when you record, you want to play that song straight through. But because of the fact that we're working on a device that could vary in screen size, especially if we use GarageBand on the iPhone, we're going to have a slightly smaller screen. We're not going to be able to see all the measures if we have a longer song on the screen without scrolling. What they've done to give you another option is they've created a feature called Song Sections. And what this enables you to do is record small parts of the song, small chunks of the song separately, and then combine them together. So you can have an A section, a B section, however many you want. How do you divide this up? Well, that's up to you. You know, maybe one section is a verse, maybe one section is a chorus, or maybe one section isn't even a whole verse, maybe it's just part of a verse. Then you can continue to put the sections together, and you can even duplicate sections if you want to reuse a section later on in the song. This provides a visual opportunity that people might like because it makes it easier to see all of the notes in a particular section or all of the measures in a particular section. The issue is, I think that probably, I really can't speak for other people, but I feel pretty confident that most musicians are not going to want to build their song that way, because it completely interrupts the flow of playing a song straight through. If you have to record only one section at a time and then go back and continue, you know, that isn't a direct path from the start of the song to the end. And so while maybe some people would choose to use that, there is another option, and that is an automatic song section. Now, you can manually indicate the number of measures in your song section, and so you certainly can increase that. But the other option is just to turn on the automatic mode. When you turn on automatic mode, it's like playing a regular song. The section doesn't end. It just continues to grow as you record more notes and more measures in the song. And so this is already on for you by default when you choose the audio recording track. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to choose not the audio recording, but I'm going to choose the regular track, the regular project, so that we can look through all of the available track types, and then we will probably pick audio to start. But let's go ahead and swipe to the right.
Create song button.
So that's the create song button. That's like choose a template. That's going to give us all the track options.
Create song. My songs button.
Now immediately we see a back button at the upper left, but it doesn't say back, it says my songs. That would take us back to the song browser. All right, let's go to the right here.
Live loops, tab, 1 of 2, selected, tracks, tab, 2 of 2.
And so right off the bat, we see those two options, tracks or live loops. So we know we're going to stay in tracks mode. Okay, now let's go to the right.
Keyboard button.
All right.
Swipe with 3 fingers to browse instruments, logo other.
And you remember that from yesterday, because we want to swipe through the track options by doing a 3-finger swipe to the left or to the right, because these are pages. So the first one, and it doesn't always take you to the first track, it takes you to whatever track type you used last. But keyboard does happen to be number 1. If we double tap on the button,
keyboard button. Swipe with 3 fingers to browse instruments.
That will immediately create the keyboard track for us. But if we swipe to the right,
Smart piano button. Alchemy synth button.
We have some other choices, and they are sort of subcategories of the keyboard track. All right? If we swipe even further to the right,
sampler button.
Oh, I forgot, we have the sampler too. Now, the sampler, you've seen that in TV shows. It's like you record your voice saying some kind of expression or making a noise or something, or you record some sound effect, and then you play the keys on the screen, and it samples that sound and, you know, so forth. So that's what the sampler does.
More sounds button.
And there's more sounds. Now, look at this.
Instrument browser, page 1 of 11, adjustable. Swipe up or down with 1 finger to adjust the value.
Okay, so that's the instrument browser. That's another way of changing from track type to track type. That's a page selector, but we can just do the 3-finger scroll gesture. So let's go back to the keyboard button.
Alchemy Smart Keyboard button. Swipe with 3 fingers to browse instruments.
So if you want to go to the next one, you 3-finger swipe to the left.
2 of 11, drums. Create beats using a variety of acoustic and electronic drums.
Notice it reads a nice description for you. Let's go back and read keyboard with a 3-finger swipe to the right.
1 of 11, keyboard. Play in an on-screen keyboard using piano, organ, synth, and other sounds.
Now, here it's very clear that this is a software instrument or a MIDI track. So is the drum option.
2 of 11, drums. Create beats using a variety of acoustic and electronic drums.
All right, let's see what the next one is.
3 of 11, amp. Plug in a guitar or bass and play through classic amps and stomp boxes.
Now that's going to be a live audio track, not a MIDI track, because you're talking about live instruments there, guitars and that you plug in and so forth. Again, we talked about those audio interfaces yesterday. You're going to need something like that to connect this. Let's look at number 4.
4 of 11, audio recorder. Use the microphone to record your voice or any sound.
Obviously, that is also an audio track, and that would have been the one that got created if we chose that other option, new audio recording. But here it is, and it is the audio recorder track. You can use the built-in microphone or any external mic. This is also the kind of track you'll use when you want to create a ringtone or when you want to bring any kind of pre-recorded song into the project. All right, so we're going to come back to that. Let's go to the next one.
5 of 11, strings. Tap to play orchestral or solo string parts. 6 of 11, bass. Tap strings to play acoustic and electric bass lines.
Now, these are both MIDI tracks.
7 of 11, guitar. Play an on-screen guitar by strumming chords or tapping and bending notes.
And that is also MIDI.
8 of 11, world. Play different instruments from around the globe.
Yep, MIDI again.
9 of 11, drummer. Create beats and fills using a virtual session drummer.
I told you about that yesterday. I mentioned Kyle, one of the drummers, and they create the drum beats for you.
10 of 11, external. Play and record third-party instruments directly into your GarageBand song.
Okay, so that's like third-party apps that install instrument plugins that you can play. And then notice it says there's actually 11. The 11th one is the sound library where you can download more instruments and more Apple loops.
11 of 11, sound library. Download free instruments, sounds in loops.
Okay.
And illustration.
So that's how that works. Now, we're going to go ahead back to the audio.
Audio recorder. Use the microphone to record your voice or any sound.
Now,
Audio recorder button.
I want to show you. Notice
Swipe with 3 fingers to browse instruments.
Okay. Now, notice it says
Audio recorder button.
audio recorder.
Swipe with 3 fingers to browse instruments.
And notice that's a button. Now, the audio recorder button, just like the keyboard button, if you double tap right on that button, it's going to immediately create an audio recorder track. And that audio recorder track is going to just basically be flat, no effects, no kind of options there that are selected because you've just chosen audio recorder. But if we swipe to the right, we will see that there are other options here.
Voice, button, instrument, button, more sounds, button.
So you have voice and you have instrument. So if we were to double tap one of those, it would give us some predefined effects that are great for recording vocals or recording live instruments. So you have those two choices. So you can double tap either one of those, or you can just double tap audio recorder and then you can manually configure the effects the way that you want them. That's actually what we're going to do.
Voice, audio recorder, button. Audio recorder. My songs, button.
Now you hear we're in the project and the My Songs button is still at the upper left. So now we are in the main screen of a GarageBand project. We were in this a little bit yesterday with the keyboard track, but only for a few moments. Now, this screen is divided up into sections. The top section along the top has a lot of buttons like your play, record, and numerous other things I'll go through quickly. And we're just going to give you a quick overview of this. Remember that we're going to be offering our advanced paid audio course released this fall, which we will go much more into depth and really teach this. But I'm just going to give you kind of an overview. So you already know that the back button, which is not called back, it's called My Songs.
My songs.
It's up there
button.
at the upper left. All right, let's go to the right.
Browser button.
Okay, if you double tap that browser, that takes you back to the track chooser that we just had a moment ago with all those 11 choices. So maybe you change your mind. You say, I don't really want an audio recorder track. I want a keyboard track first. So you can double tap that browser and you can change which track type you are using. It is not creating a new track. It's using the same track you've already created. It just changes the track type. There's another way to create a new track, and we'll get to that later. Let's go to the right.
Tracks button.
Okay, this button is very, very important. It toggles the mode that you are in.
Mono channel.
And basically, let me see which mode we're... Okay, so... Alright, let me just make sure I know... Okay, yeah. Alright, so this... it's important to understand what is being said here. It says tracks button. That means it's going to switch us to tracks mode, where we can see all the tracks. If you, there's two modes here. Let's look at the other one. Go ahead and
My browser tracks button.
double tap on that.
Tracks. My songs.
Okay,
button.
now let's swipe to the right.
Browser perform button.
Now it's called perform. So there's two different modes, perform and tracks. And when it says perform, you're going to find other options that you didn't find before. You're also going to be able to see,
Add track,
because this is the tracks view, you're going to actually be able to see the tracks, and at the very, very bottom,
add track button.
There's an add track button. Now I'm skipping around a little bit again because this is supposed to be a quick overview, not as much of an in-depth one. But that add track button at the bottom is how you would create a second track, a third track, and so on. But you've got to be in the tracks view. So when the button says perform, that means it's going to switch you back to the perform option. So we're going to go ahead back to the perform mode for a moment.
My browse perform.
Okay, now
songs,
notice it'll say
button,
tracks.
Tracks.
Because we can switch back to tracks view if we want to. All right, let's go to the right and see what else is here.
Mixer button. Rewind button. Play button. Record button. Master volume 100% selected. Metronome button.
Now notice the metronome is selected because we did not choose that new audio recording button from the start. Instead, we chose the create song button, and then we chose an audio track later. So kind of like the screen view wouldn't be selected when you choose a template. Right, the metronome is turned on currently. I'm going to turn it off.
Selected. Metronome.
Now let's swipe to the right.
Settings button.
All right, we can look through those maybe if there's time, but...
Help button. Ruler. Playback head. Bar 1. Adjustable.
All right, there's your playback, that kind of scrubber.
Song sections button.
Now there's the song sections button, which is very important because if we did not create the audio track by choosing new audio recording, if we did it this way instead, it hasn't automatically changed it to the automatic mode. It's left it at individual sections. So we need to go in here to this song sections button.
Song sections heading.
And let's see what there is.
Section 8 bars button.
Okay, swipe to the right.
Duplicate button. Add button. Add.
All right, so you can add a section, you can duplicate the section, but now notice it's only 8 bars. If I record more than 8 bars, it's literally just going to stop recording. And that's not what I want. That's probably long enough for a ringtone, actually. But I'm still going to go ahead and make it automatic. So let's swipe to the left.
Section 8 bars button.
And let's double tap on that Section A button there to change this.
Selected. Automatic. Switched button. Off.
And right there,
double tap to toggle setting.
There's the automatic button. If I swipe to the right...
Manual. 8. Adjustable.
See, I can literally just use that adjuster to change the section length.
Tap the arrows to change the length incrementally, or swipe vertically to change by the larger values. Tap the arrows to change
that
the
would
length incrementally, or swipe vertically to change by the larger
values. See what else it says there.
Tap automatic to fit the length to your recording.
Yep, that's what we want to do. Swipe back.
8. Manual. Automatic. Switched button. Off.
Let's just double tap.
Double on.
Okay. Now go to the left.
Section length. Heading. Song sections. Back button.
Now listen.
Song sections. Heading. Section 8. 8 bars. Automatic. Button.
Notice it's still 8 bars, but now it's automatic, so it's going to increase in length as it needs to. All right, we can...
Dismiss pop-up.
Dismiss that.
My songs.
So button. Now we have this thing ready, and we can record, and I'll go ahead and give you a little demo of that. But let's look at what else is here.
Play, record, master, metronome, settings, help, ruler, song sections, button, input settings, button, input settings, button.
All right, go to the right.
Fun, button, selected, studio, button, 2 of 2.
And I told you about this yesterday as well. There are 2 types of effects, fun and studio. We're in the studio mode right now, so these are the professional effects that we can add and modify if you go to the right here.
IN 50% adjustable, OUT 71% adjustable, presets, lead vocals, button, a silver pen on a black surface, tone 18% adjustable, pitch control 0%, compressor 54%, drive 0%, vocal hall 26%, channel, mic, dimmed, button, monitor, off, button, monitor, channel,
And we're not
mic,
going to monitor. That would be good if you had headphones, but we don't have them connected because we want you to be able to hear this. And of course, there's only the built-in mic, so you're not going to be making any changes here at this point. Now, there are additional effects if you go to
draw compressor.
Let's see.
Vocal hall 20 pitch control tone presets lead vocals button.
See,
a
we
silver pen on a
can change the presets. Let's go here.
Reset button. Audio recorder heading save button. Done button. Get more audio recorder sounds button. Drums, keyboards, acoustic guitar selected. Vocals, producer effects, fun selected. Lead vocals, radio ready, punchy presence, sweet chorus, pop overdrive, heavy distortion, extreme stereo, extra singer, narrator, empty list. IN 50% OUT 71 per tone 18% pitch control.
Look at all these choices. So those are the presets, and then you also had
presets. Select font. Input ruler.
the
Input
settings here.
Input settings. Heading. Input level. Heading. Automatic. Switched button. Off. 50%. Drag the slider to set the input level, or tap automatic to have GarageBand set an optimal amount. Interapp audio. Button. Connect to Interapp audio apps.
Okay, we're not doing that.
Top. Mono. Button. Choose the input source.
All right, so it's asking us which microphone we're going to use. We can look at those choices.
Top. Input source. Heading. Selected. Top. Back. Front. Choose the audio input source for this instrument. Choose the audio
And that
input
we will not do right now. We'll leave that alone.
My songs.
But let's go back to those.
Metronome. Set help. Ruler.
Let's go back to those
Input
settings again
Input
and
settings.
see what else there is.
Turn up switch. Interact. Connect to it. Top. Choose the input noise gate. Switched button. Off.
Now the noise gate,
Double tap to toggle setting.
that's kind of like when we talked about voice isolation and so on. That will reduce background noise in the room and that sort of thing.
Turn on the noise gate.
Okay.
Turn on
And
the
that's
noise
it
gate.
here.
Microphone.
So-
Use Tuesday may not dismiss pop-up.
Now, if we change this to fun instead of studio,
Song section in fun. Select fun. Selected. Fun.
now we have a whole bunch of different options.
Studio. IN. OUT. Selected. Clean. Monster. Robot. Dreamy. Bullhorn. Telephone. Extreme tuning. Chipmunk. Button. Sci-fi. Tone. 0%.
See, you have different choices
Monitor.
than what you had before. So we're going to go back to studio.
IN. Studio. Selected.
Okay, so that's kind of the way that the screen looks right now. And we are going to just go ahead and record something very, very quickly. And I've decided to use, for right now, something like, I thought about doing a counting test, but then I thought maybe it'd be more fun if we did a song. And so I'm going to do Twinkle because that's in the public domain. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. We can sing that to our heart's content, and we can play it, and it won't cause us any copyright concerns because the song is completely in the public domain. So I am going to rewind. I'm going to make sure. Oh, before we do that, I want to show you the settings too, the regular settings.
IN.
So let's go back.
Select font. Input ruler. Playback. Help. Settings.
Okay,
Button.
let's look at the settings because that has some important things too.
Settings. Heading.
Go to the right.
Metronome and count-in. Button.
So we can adjust whether we have a metronome, we have a count-in, what the count-in sounds like. We do have a count-in right now.
Tempo. 110. Button.
All right, that's indicating the speed or the tempo of the song. We can double tap on that button to change the tempo.
Time signature.
And then
4/4. Button.
we're in 4/4 time. You musicians out there know exactly what that means.
Key signature. C major.
We're in
Button.
C major. Now, I don't have to sing in C major. I don't have to operate in 4/4 time. But if I want everything to look right, if I'm notating this, printing it out, and so on, then I do want it to match what I'm actually going to do. For our purposes, it really doesn't matter.
Time ruler. Switched button. Off. Fade out. Switched button. Off.
So there's choices here
Double
about
tap to toggle setting.
whether you want the song to fade out and so forth.
Notepad. Button. Jam session. Not connected. Button.
There's the jam session.
Jam session. Not connected.
That's how you
button.
set up a Bluetooth jam session with multiple people.
Advanced. Button. Restore purchase. Help. Help.
And Advanced has your Bluetooth MIDI and some other things there. We won't look at that just for the sake of time. But I did want to show you
Dismiss pop-up.
the settings because it showed you how you could
Undo. Notepad.
how you could choose the time signature and the key signature. Here's the notepad.
Settings. Back button.
We'll go back.
Settings. Heading.
And we'll get out of that.
My songs.
Okay.
Button.
All right. So I'm going to just record. I'm not going to be too concerned about whether I'm probably. I don't think I'm going to sing it in the key of C. I'm going to sing it in a different key, maybe E flat. But I don't need to change that here for our purposes because we're not, notating anything. Now let's
Tracks. Undo. Rewind. Button.
Let's start. So the first thing I always encourage people to do is to use the rewind button. Quadruple tap. That's like a regular double tap, right? Make sure we're all the way at the beginning of the song.
Rewind.
Okay, and if I go over to the right.
Record. Master. Metronome. Settings. Help. Ruler. Song section. Playback head. Bar 1. Adjustable.
We can see we're at the beginning.
Double tap and hold. Then drag to adjust.
Now,
Swipe up.
normally, if I'm going to be recording, I would use headphones. And probably not Bluetooth ones. Because the audio latency isn't really a problem when you're listening to music. But when you're recording, it is. Because it's enough latency that it's going to get behind. And so we would want to use wired headphones that either connect to the iPad using USB-C or standard USB with an adapter, or even audio if you use the USB-C to audio adapter, the dongle that gives you an 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter jack. Another way you could do that is to get an audio interface like we talked about yesterday, and you could connect to the headphone jack on the audio interface. So there's a few different ways, but I'm not going to be using headphones. I am going to turn down the volume because I don't want as much voiceover sound in my recording. So
Tuesday, May 19th. Status microphone.
Okay, now
Presets.
you can still hear that, I think.
Input ruler. Playback help. Setting. Metric. Math. Play. Rewind. Undo.
That really may not matter anyway. I probably just might as well turn it back up. But that's, for now, we'll turn it up. You're just going to hear it say stop at the end. That's all.
Rewind. Button.
All right, we're already rewound.
Play. Record. Button.
I'm going to expect a count in of 4 beats because we're in 4/4 time. And then I'm going to sing Twinkle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately make a mistake, too. I'm going to go ahead and pretend that I forget the words or something so that I can do a sort of a redo of that part. So we'll show you how, you really can do studio stuff here.
Master Vault
So,
record. Button.
Here we go. Twinkle with a deliberate mistake, okay? Let's start recording. And twinkle, twinkle, little star. Whoops, forgot the words. That's not really good, is it? I forgot the words. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Play. Stop. Rewind.
All right, so the first thing we do is we got to fix a mistake, right? So we're going to rewind.
Rewind. Rewind.
We're going to play it, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit record when I need to. And hopefully I can find the stop button in time. So I am going to turn down the volume a little so it's not quite as obvious to people that I'm using VoiceOver. Again, I would be using a headset normally, so it wouldn't be an issue at all.
Play. Button.
But
record. Button.
I still want you to hear it, so.
Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How I wonder what you are.
Rewind.
Okay, let's listen now and see how well I did there. Hopefully I did pretty well covering up the mistake.
Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond.
Okay, so we have our track recorded. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a layer. We're going to do another track with me singing harmony. Now this is where we are going to have to turn down the volume somewhat because we're not using headphones. Because what's going to happen if we don't turn down the volume is we're going to double record. We're basically going to backfeed that first track into the recording, so it's going to sound weird because it'll be two of that instead of one now. And so that is not a problem when you're using headphones, but because I want you to hear what's going on, we're not going to use headphones. So what I'm going to do is rewind.
Undo, rewind, button, rewind.
And you know there's an undo button there if you ever need to do that. Now we're going to go up to the top and change this to tracks view.
My song for tracks, button, tracks.
And
My songs.
we're going to go look at our tracks view because we haven't looked at this yet.
Browser, button, perform, button.
It says perform now.
Mixer, button.
We've got a mixer. We can adjust a lot of settings we haven't even seen yet. Tons and tons of things. We'll look at that.
FX, button.
We have FX. We can add more things we haven't even seen.
Undo recording, rewind, F mix, perform.
Now I thought I would
browser,
also
my
see.
song,
Oh, I know, it's to the right.
FX, undo, replay, record, master volume, metronome, loops, button.
Loops. That's a new button we haven't seen before also. That's how we're going to bring in pre-recorded stuff if we want to make a ringtone or something. So loops, that's an important button to show the loop browser.
Settings, button, help, ruler, playback head, bar 1.
Okay, that's all the same, but go to the right.
Song sections, but lead vocals, audio track, track 1, selected, track header, mic. Activate to select the track or to open a menu on a selected track. Use the rotor to access toggle track header controls visibility, play head.
Look at that. This is the lead vocals track that we just used. If we swipe to the, and it said we could double tap it to select it. We have a menu. Let's go to the right.
Lead vocals, audio region, starting at bar 1, length 1 bar 3 beats 78 ticks. Activate to select.
An audio.
Tap and hold, then drag vertically to move to other tracks.
Okay.
Use the rotor to access playhead.
Okay. So a region is the actual stuff that you hear. Okay. So the audio recorder track got created the moment that we chose audio recorder. And even though I didn't pick voice, it pre-selected the vocal option. I could have changed it. You remember seeing all those different options, but I left it on vocals. And so it calls it a lead vocal track. Okay. That's the track itself with nothing on it. A region is whatever you record on the track. That is called a region. And so you saw the track header over here.
Lead vocals, audio track, track 1.
But now we swipe to the right and we see the actual recording, known as a region.
Lead vocals, audio region, starting at bar 1, length 1 bar 3 beats 78 ticks. Activate to select. Double tap and hold, then drag vertically to move to other tracks.
And you can
Use
activate.
the rotor to access playhead.
Okay, let's swipe to the right and see what else there is.
Selected, lead vocals, audio region, starting at bar 2 beat 4 ticks 79, length 2 bars 3 divisions 122 ticks.
Now,
Activate to open menu.
That's probably, okay, that's the one that's already selected. That's the one where we fixed what was wrong. So we actually, it created a separate region, okay?
Lead vocals, audio region, starting at bar 4 beat 4 division 4 tick 201, length 9 bars 2 beats 1 division 80 ticks.
And that's the rest of it.
Lead vocals, audio track, track 1, selected, track header, mic.
Now,
Track header controls, hidden, button.
the controls are hidden.
Add track, button.
And we can add a track. All right, now, my friends, because this is meant to be an overview today, I am not going to get into all of those things. In our detailed advanced course, which you're going to either pay for or get as a gold member for free, we're going to go into all those things. And I'm going to show you them in depth. They are 100% accessible. As a matter of fact, if you go to the GarageBand help system or you do an Apple support, search on Google or what have you, you get the GarageBand user guide. there is an entire section of that guide devoted to voiceover. So it tells you in detail how to rearrange tracks, how to trim tracks, how to make adjustments, all of these things with the audio region and more. And it's all accessible, praise God. For the sake of time, I am not going to get into that today. But I can tell you, if you were to double tap, for example, this region that's selected, which is the one where we fix the mistake.
Selected. Lead vocals. Audio region. Starting at bar 2 beat 4 tick 79. Length 2 bars 3 divisions 122 ticks. Activate to open menu.
I'll just show you the menu.
Selected. Lead vocals. Left resize handle. Bar 2 beat 4 tick 70. Move region handle. Starting at bar 2 beat 4 tick 79. Length left.
So I can actually move it.
Move region handle. Right resize handle. Lead vocals. Lead vocals. Audio track. Track 1. Selected. Track header. Mic. Track header controls. Hidden.
They're hidden. We can show them.
Add track. Track header controls. Visible. Add track.
So let's
lead vocals. Audio track. Track 1. Volume. Plus 0.0 dB. Adjustable.
Now we have a volume.
Swipe up solo. Switched button. Off. Mute. Switched button. Off.
So we can mute this track if we don't want to hear it. We can solo it if we only want to hear that track. We can use the volume knob.
Selected. Track header. Mic. Lead vocals, audio region, start right resize move left selected.
All right.
Lead vocal, solo.
Let's see
Mute.
what else I can
Selected.
show you real quick.
Ruler, song section.
Can I show you anything else real quick? I mean, I could show you the mixer, I guess. Let's add a new track first because I want to record the layer.
Microphone and selected. Add track instruments.
Now notice I've got to choose the type of track.
Back audio recorder button.
We're already in the audio recorder.
Swipe with 3 fingers. Track my songs button.
So now we're going to rewind.
Track mixer rewind,
and that should have selected the new track already, so I can record on the correct track. I don't think I should have to select it. I was playing with the other one, so I don't know, but I should still be okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to record, but I'm going to turn the volume down a little so it's not too distorted.
Rewind,
and we're going to record, and I'm going to sing some harmony.
Play button. Record.
At least
button.
for part of it, okay? Let's record.
Twinkle, twinkle,
little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay. Now we can listen to that together.
Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And it's going to loop unless I stop it. Okay? And we'll rewind it. So, now we can adjust more things. Because we now have things recorded, we can show the mixer, for example.
My browser tracks mixer, but my songs button.
And
track selected mixer.
Notice it's
button,
selected.
Undo metronomes record help bullet operator lead vocals button heading.
Okay.
Track settings button.
Now
Heading.
what are the track settings?
Recording button ruler playback song sections input settings but fun but selected studio in presets tone. Pitch control, compressor.
Right, that sounds familiar, right? Now, let's see what else here.
Bullet opera track settings, heading, recording, ruler, song input font, select preset tone.
We looked at all those before.
Compress drive, vocal hall, channel, mic, dim, playback head reset.
Okay.
Playback head channel.
Let's see.
Master volume, track settings, recording.
If we want to go to, let's see.
Operator lead vocals.
I think I just go back to back.
Track settings.
And then
button, output. button. Track volume. Output.
Output,
button.
we can look at
Heading,
that.
Output. Heading. Track volume. 71%. Track pan.
We can pan this track.
Minus 0.5. Adjustable.
That's like whenever,
Swipe up.
you know, it sounds like it's kind of circular going around. And then,
Mute. Button.
of course, we can mute
Solo. Plugins and EQ. Button.
Now here's
Heading.
plugins and EQ.
Compressor. 54%. Treble. 240. Bass. 240. Master Effects. Button. Heading.
And so we can do treble, bass, master effects.
Echo.
Echo.
0%. Reverb.
Oh, go home. I wasn't even thinking she would respond.
0. Reverb.
Reverb. I don't think I have any device that'll answer to that name.
0%. Ruler. Song sections.
Okay.
So
So we
echo,
can even look at the.
bass, 200 treble, fifth compressor, plugins and EQ button.
We can
bypass. Button.
look at these options.
Edit button.
All right.
Bypass button. Noise gate button. Selected. Bypass button. Compressor button. Selected. Bypass. Effect EQ button. Bypass. Enhance tuning button. Overdrive button. Subtract reverb button. Visual EQ button. Hit ruler. Playback.
So, I mean, there's so many choices here. You can bypass or you can use them. These are incredible because there's just a ton of options here which will give you even more choices. Now, I wonder...
Song sections, button, playback hats, input
Let's
settings,
go...
font, but so I add freeze tone, 18 pitch drop vocal.
I'll go back to my...
channel, mic, dim,
well...
cellular, microphone, effect, EQ, button,
oh,
microphone.
I know.
Enhanced bypass.
All right, let's see.
Select compressor, edit, plugins and EQ, bullet operator lead vocals, back button.
Have to go back.
Plugins and EQ, button, solo, button.
I just wonder if we could...
Minor track pan, 71 track out track settings.
Let's go back
bullet
here.
Help, bullet operator lead vocals, button.
All right, we're back as far as we can go. I'm going to
My browser,
deselect
tracks,
the
selected,
mixer.
Undo.
And I just wonder if we could create a drummer track that would actually work here after the fact. It might not, because I don't know if I was exactly in the the tempo that, you know, I tried to use what the count-in gave me. So this may not work perfectly. It would be really better to do the drummer track first, but I'm just going to do it anyway just for fun. So let's
Monitor off.
Let's go back to
my brow tracks button.
Tracks view, add another track.
Add track, add track, add track instruments.
And we're going to pick the drummer, which is the built-in automatic drummer.
Back, audio record, voice, audio record, 5 of 11, strings, 6 of 11, bass, 7 of 11, guitar, 8 of 11, world, 9 of 11,
all right,
drummer.
Here it is. Let's
acoustic, button, electronic, button, more drummers, button.
All right, I want acoustic.
Drummer,
wait.
Acoustic,
okay.
Button. Track my songs, button.
All right, it brings us back here. We're going to have to look around.
Browser, tracks, mixer, rewind, play, master volume, metronome, loops, settings, play, rewind, play, metronome, loops, settings, help, ruler, playback head, bar 1, song sections, Kyle, MIDI track, track 3, selected, track header.
All right, so right now we've got Kyle. Let's go to the right.
Selected, drummer, pop rock, session player region, starting at bar 1, length 8 bars. Selected, drummer, pop rock, session player region, starting trash, button, trash, track header control, select drummer,
so
Kyle.
You can delete that. You can also...
Presets, select drummer, Kyle, button, and illustration of a person in a gray circle.
Now, if you go to the right...
Presets, half pipe, button, drum grid handle, velocity 80%, complexity 40%. Double tap and hold, then drag to adjust complexity and volume. So we can change the complexity of what Kyle does and also the volume. Swing none, button. You can adjust what kind of drummer this is going to be. Swing. Drum kit, tambourine, button. All right, what instruments is he going to? Shaker, button, clap, button, cymbals, button, toms, button, selected, hi-hat, button, selected, bass drum, selected, snare drum, fills, 35%, adjustable. Okay. Percussion, variation 1 of 3, dimmed. Look at all this. Hi-hat, variation 2 of 4, adjustable. You can change all of these. I think I can just play this. I don't think I have to record it first, maybe. Mock tracks. Been a while since I've used a session drummer. Normally I do the drums myself.
on the digital MIDI controller keyboard.
Rewind.
But let's just listen to
Rewind.
this without making any changes to it.
Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And yeah, what happened is exactly what I told you might happen. I wasn't singing in exactly the tempo that it picked, so the drummer's getting ahead of the song, and or you could say I'm falling behind the song would really be the more appropriate way to say that, except I recorded my part first. I don't know exactly what tempo I was singing at, so I don't know if I go into the settings and change that, if that's even gonna work, because
Play master metric loops settings.
I've already
Settings,
established my...
heading, metronome and counting.
Let's just...
Tempo 110.
I don't know. Let's just try it.
Tap to set
Maybe.
tempo 110. Adjust 109. 101. 100.
Let's see what that does.
Tap tempo settings. Back. Tempo 100. Button. My songs. Undo. Rewind. Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And now it's too slow. See if we can get this. I mean, why not? Let's have a little fun here and play with this. Let's try about 104. Let's see if that... And it may be hard, because maybe I was singing at, like 103.5 or something, and then we won't get it perfect, right? You know how that could go if we don't have it perfect. But let's just see if we can get pretty close. So that's 104. No, it's 100. Let's go 104. And let's see
104. My songs. Rewind.
what that's gonna sound like.
Play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
That's pretty close, but you see, what I was concerned about is it's not going to be perfect, and that's because maybe I was singing at something slightly, we could play with that more and see how perfect we could really get it. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to the project browser, and we're going to just create a new project so I can show you a little more about the drummers.
My songs. Save my song. Toggle side.
Now that song is saved, but look here.
Lord, I am parched, Massachusetts. Dreamy tap. My song 29. File today 2:24 p.m. Up arrow 5.6 megabytes.
It doesn't have the right file name. It just says
my song 29. File today 2:24 p.m. 15.8 megabytes.
Okay, it's now uploaded to iCloud, and it's almost 16 megabytes in length. Now, the thing is that I want to rename it, so I'm going to long press it, choose
copy, move, share,
rename,
button. Rename button.
And I'm going to call it
delete selection cap double N K L E
Twinkle
Z plus activate Z percent hyphen
Twinkle
cap T T
Test.
Alert.
Now, oh,
the name Twinkle Test.
I must have used that before. Yeah, let's try another name here. Let's just put a
44.
Let's just put a
icon search garage my song dreamy my song 29.
All right, let's just put a 1
today.
after it. Or put 26 for the year 26. I must have done that a long time ago, or in another class maybe.
KLE hyphen cap T at T 2
All right, now it's got it. So,
Lord, I am yours. Message dreamy tap twinkle test 26.
Okay, there's that one. So let's create another new project now.
GarageBand search icon select create song button create song.
And let's create a drummer
My songs button.
Right away this time.
Selected drummer button acoustic.
All right. I just
My
want to
songs.
listen to what he sounds like without doing any.
Replay button. Stop. Rewind.
Okay.
Rewind.
What if we add some tambourine?
Track head swing drum kit shaker button tambourine button selected tambourine.
Let's go back.
Undo replay
And listen.
button. Stop.
You can
Button
definitely hear
rewind.
that tambourine.
Rewind.
Now, what if we
Song set Kyle selected.
see if I
Drummer. Trash.
give him some
Track header
swing?
Controls. Hidden. Select presets. Drum group swing. Swing not swing. Heading.
All right, my swing choice.
Selected. Swing none. 1/8 swing light.
1/8.
1/8 swing heavy.
Let's do that.
Selected. 1/8 swing heavy.
And let's see what that.
My sub. Undo. Play. Stop.
All right, instead of a.
Kick and snare. Variation. High percussion. Fill. Drum
Let's
kit.
see, I wanna-
Selected. Fills. 35, 30, 43%, 40, 55%.
I raised the fills, so that's going to be cool.
Drum kit. Selected.
And-
Snare drum. Selected. Select toms. Button.
We want some toms.
Selected. Cymbals. Button.
We want some cymbals.
Clap.
We
Button.
want a clap.
Select shaker.
And we are gonna-
swing. 1/8 swing.
We're gonna
Drum
also
grid.
see if
Drum
I
grid
can
handle.
increase
Velocity 80%,
the complexity.
Complexity 40%.
Can I do that? I might have to drag. I don't know.
Drum grid.
Okay.
Drum grid handle. Velocity 80%. Complexity 40%.
Which way do I go to
Double
increase
tap.
the complexity? That's the question.
Velocity 80%. Velocity 80%. Velocity 80%. Complexity 63%.
Okay, you go to the right to do the complexity. That's what I thought. So now let's
Presets. Selected.
let's listen to all these changes we made.
Playback. Help. Settings. Loop. Mass. Play. Rewind. Play. Stop.
Now,
Rewind.
if we choose a different drummer,
Help. Ruler. Song set Kyle. Selected.
Um,
Drummer. Pop rock. Trash. Track. Select drummer. Kyle. Drummer. Heading.
let's see what else we have here.
Get more drummer sounds. Selected. Acoustic. Electronic.
So we can choose from acoustic or electronic, and that is important.
Rock. Selected. Kyle. Pop rock. Influenced by modern rock, but comfortable with most genres. Kyle plays straightforward rock beats on a natural, versatile kit.
Okay.
Logan. Retro rock. Inspired by legendary drum heroes of the past, Logan plays sparse, hard-hitting rock beats and fills on a retro-sounding kit. Songwriter. Heading.
Then you have
Darcy. Pop songwriter, tasteful, restrained, and dedicated to serving the song. Darcy plays simple, tasteful pop beats on a natural-sounding kit.
so you get the idea. There are many you can choose from. Let's just choose Logan.
Logan. Retro rock.
Now,
My songs.
I don't know if it also left everything else selected that I did. I would guess not because
Undo.
it's a new drummer.
Replay.
So let's just listen
Rewind.
without checking anything.
Play. Button.
It actually did leave what I had.
Stop.
Now, I think you can definitely hear the difference, right? I mean, this is really cool. Now, I will do a final demonstration probably tomorrow with the MIDI controller before we do another couple of app demos tomorrow. But today, I will go ahead and add a track.
My songs.
We got to go to Tracks View
Browse tracks. Button.
and
Tracks.
down to the bottom.
Add track.
So I want to show you like these smart strings.
Back.
Let's
button,
see.
Drum, acoustic, more drummer, instrument browser, page 9,
Oh.
electronic, acoustic.
I know what I'm
drummer,
doing. Okay.
button, 10, 1, 2, 3 of 11, amp, amp.
Where's my
button,
strings?
2 back, drums, button. Smart drums, 3 of 11, 4 of 11, 5 of 11, strings.
There they are.
Tap to
Now.
notes, button. Smart strings, button. Strings, 3 new items, button.
All right, we're going to go to
Smart strings.
Smart Strings.
button.
I just want to show you this. This is cool.
My songs.
All right, again,
button.
without checking anything, let's just see what the direct touch section of the screen has. If I tap, but if I swipe, So that all happens because you swipe or tap on the screen. You kind of hold your finger down and swipe up and down, or you can tap for what's known as the pizzicato type of sound, which are those plucks. But you have a whole bunch of things you can choose then if we...
Selected. Basses. Button. Selected. Cellos. Selected. Violas. Selected. Second violins. Selected. First violins. Button.
See,
Cinematic. Button.
all those different things are chosen. If you deselect some, you won't hear them. And then you can even...
Ruler. Instrument chooser. Cinematic. Button.
You can choose whether it's cinematic or other choices like...
Strings. Heading. Save. Cinematic. Button. Modern. Button. Pop. Button. Romantic. Romantic.
So if
button.
we choose, like, for example,
Pop. Button.
pop, now,
My songs.
let's see what
button.
happens when we... Praise God. You can hear the difference, definitely. Now, that's again, so we could try to record this. I don't know.
F. My
What that's going to be like. I don't know if I've ever tried to record a smart strings track like that. Normally, again, I just play the notes on the keyboard, but you know what? Let's have some fun.
Play button.
Now it's doing it itself because I didn't change the song length. Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. You remember...
F, B flat, my mixer, stop, stop.
I want to actually... Okay, so I didn't change the song length on this new project. So let's go over here.
Play,
and we're going to rewind. We're going to very quickly change the song length, and I'm going to do that one more time. I didn't...
Section 8 selected.
Automatic on. Now, when we...
Song sections, heading. My songs.
When we record...
Undo, rewind, button, play, button.
Now it'll be right.
B,
It won't.
diminish, master record, dim.
And
Ruler,
up here.
Selected. My mix stop. But rewind, play.
And we'll play it back. Okay,
Stop.
so there you go, guys. You can see how easy this is. Now, this is on the screen. Again, normally I would use a MIDI controller, to really do things of a professional nature. But it's nice that you don't even have to, right? And so we just created something very simple with strings and drums. And I guess we could even do the same thing with the... And, you could change the key and so forth. Remember, that's the key signature we're in. Now, I think isn't there a smart bass, too?
Play.
Or a smart guitar? That would be kind of fun to experiment with, but I gotta go back to Tracks View and add a track.
Add track.
And we could try a guitar.
Back, string, smart strings,
So,
button, string, 6 of 11, bass, 7 of
there's
11,
bass.
guitar.
Let's do guitar.
Play it, smart guitar.
We're gonna use the
button.
smart guitar.
My song.
Oh boy, let's see what this is like. Oh boy, alright guys.
My sprout trap mixer.
No promises here, but this will be fun anyway.
Play, record, dim.
Well, praise God.
My
That did not turn out badly at all.
Rewind.
Let's listen to it.
Stop. But
All
rewind.
right, not half bad. Praise God. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's go back and rename this thing
My songs.
because I'm keeping that one.
Save my song. Toggle sidebar. Part
So
shop.
we're gonna.
Twink. My song. Garage. My song 29.
We're just gonna
File.
call it.
Today. Copy. Get info. Rename.
I'm gonna go over to rename
Text field.
and
Delete.
call it
Selection.
Smart Instrument Test.
Cap M A O T hyphen cap N T U N N T hyphen cap T E S T.
Okay, there it is.
Shop. Fuck math. Dreamy. Twit. Massachusetts. Smart Instrument Test.
Okay, so there you go. All right, the last thing for today is how to bring a song from your music library or your Files app into a project, and then also how to export. I want to show you how to export either as a song or as a ringtone. I'm going to save some time by using the new audio recorder button.
Search icon. Create new audio recording.
Because that's what we need anyway.
New. My songs.
Now, what you're going to do is switch to Tracks View.
Tracks. Button. Browser.
Whoop.
But my tracks. But tracks.
And you're going to swipe over to Loops.
Rewind. Select record. Master. Metronome. Loops. Button.
Okay.
Selected. Apple Loops. Button. One of the three.
In the Loop browser, you have three categories. Apple Loops, Music,
Files.
and
Button.
Files. It's actually in the different order.
Selected.
Apple Loops.
Apple Loops. Files.
Files.
Button. Music. Button.
And Music.
3 of 3.
All right. If you use Music, this is going to allow you to get songs from your Apple Music library. But there are three caveats. Number one, if you use them in any professional sense, you're going to have to pay for the rights or contact the rights holders and get permission and all that good stuff. Otherwise, you are potentially violating copyright law. The second caveat is when you get music from your music library, it cannot be copy protected. That means, in plain English, no Apple Music songs. And not only no Apple Music songs, that would also apply to other streaming services. Apple is not the only one to do that. They all do it. Spotify, Amazon Music, any of that stuff is copy protected because if you cancel the service, they don't want you to have access to all the songs that you used to have because you're not paying for them. You didn't buy them, right? So it's a licensing issue, so they have to be copy protected. So another term you might hear is DRM, which stands for Digital Rights Management, okay? So these are DRM songs from Apple Music. You can't use them. If you want to import, again, I'm not getting into the legality and the copyrights and all that, but if you want to bring a regular song from your music library in here to use as a karaoke track or something, what you're going to have to do is buy the song from Apple using the iTunes Store app, or get it from somewhere else in your Files app. But if you're getting it from the Apple Music library, it's going to have to be purchased, not streamed Apple Music. Okay? It also has to be downloaded. So if you have iCloud Music Library, you got to download the song first to your music library. It's not going to show up otherwise. We are going to use Files today. So we're going to go to the left.
Files. Button.
And double
2
tap.
of 3. Selected. Files. Button.
Now,
2 of 3.
This is not going to give you immediate access to the Files app. GarageBand has its own song browser that you have to import the song into first. I don't know if I have anything in there right now.
Music. Button. 3 of 3. Search files. Search dictate. 29 Jeopardy TV. Theme.m4a.
Okay, that's in iCloud, and I brought that in before to demonstrate. Let's go to the right.
Book-music-intro.m4a.
Oh yeah, I used that for my Titanic book.
Living-hope-instrument. Red-shoes.m4a.
It does keep what I had. That's neat, okay? And this is a new iPad, so that means it's in iCloud, which is really cool, praise God. Go to the right.
Browse items from the Files app. Button.
That's where we're going to get files that are not already in this song browser. So I'm going to go ahead and double tap.
Cancel. Button.
And we're going to just pick one of these that I used yesterday, that Stadium Applause.
GMT iPad search. Test overcomers Bible calling 8 no mountain lobby conversation audio 5 iPad 31 GMT 20 Neo study iPad GMT numbers iPad GMT MVP Stadium crowd applause audio 5/9/26 iCloud Drive.
There it is.
Messages now.
That's the stadium crowd. Now, let's go here.
Messages now. Kylie elect iPad 20 stadium crowd applause.
We're going
Audio.
to double tap it. Now,
Apple loops button.
what that did was it did not put it in the project. It just put it in that song browser.
Messages now.
If I swipe to the right now,
Messages.
what I'm seeing is the songs that are in that song browser. So let's look at them.
Selected. Files. Music. Button. 3. Search file. Dictate. Button. 29 Jeopardy TV. Theme.m4a. Dictate. Book-music-intro.living-hope. Red-stadium crowd applause.caf.
There it is. That means it's now in the song browser, and we can double tap it to listen to it.
Stadium crowd applause.caf. Now playing. Stadium
Double tap it again to pause it.
Delete. Activate.
You can swipe up or down
Delete. Activate.
to
Default.
delete it. Now, how do you get this onto the track, into the project? You have to double tap, hold, and drag. That is going to get it in there. So when we double tap and hold, we're going to move to the left as far as we can because we want to get this all the way to the beginning of the song. If we happen not to, we can use those region move knobs that I showed you a little bit ago, and we can move it, but I don't want to have to do that. I want to get it in there right away. So I'm going to double tap and hold and slide to the left. I'm going to start on the right side of the screen to give myself some real estate.
Drop to import as new track at 10 seconds. Not imported file onto a new track.
All right, I don't know if I got it quite far enough. It said 10 seconds. Let's
Browser.
just go ahead and...
My songs. My mixer FX.
Let's see.
Undo. Replay.
Am I in tracks view?
Add track.
I am, so let's see where it is.
Track header selected. Stadium crowd applause. Audio region. Starting at 4 seconds, 364 seconds.
Okay, that's actually not bad. I could double tap it and bring up the region move handle and adjust it, but that's not bad. 4 seconds, we can wait 4 seconds. So let's go back and praise God. Let's rewind and let's play.
Play button.
1, 2, 3, 4. Praise God. All right, there it is. So that's in the track perfectly. That's how easy it is to import a song into the track. Listen to this over and over. You're going to need to till you master it. Now, when we're ready to export any project, it doesn't matter if it's a ringtone, it doesn't matter if it's that thing I created a few minutes ago with the drummer and the smart strings and the smart guitar, right? We can export anything we want to as a song, as a project, or as a ringtone. A song is the full song, right? You can put that anywhere you want. Share it on Facebook, upload it to YouTube, put it on, whatever, release an album, whatever you want to do. How do you release albums? Well, we'll talk about that in the paid course. But the project is the entire file that you're working on. It's the editable project. And why would you want to save that? Well, remember I said people can collaborate? That's how you would collaborate on something. You'd share it collaboratively. I could send this to somebody else and I could have them add more instruments and maybe sing a line or two, and we could create something together. And so that's collaboration. You would need to use the project format for that. And that would also be you can get it into the Mac version if you want. And then ringtone, of course, is what's going to put this in your settings as a ringtone. So that's actually the one that I might show you. But I'm not going to probably do that because I already added that yesterday. But I'm just going to show you where it is. So let's go back. You have to get out of the project, back to the browser.
My songs button. Say my songs.
Now, it's going to, again, we need to rename it.
Massachusetts, Dreamy, Twinkle Test, Smart Instrument, My Song 29.
There it is. You can see there's a bunch I didn't rename over the years, but I do that now, praise God. Let's go to rename. I long pressed it, and I choose rename.
Text field, delete, selection,
and we'll just call this one applause.
Space.
Whoops, did I put a space there? I didn't need to do that.
Hyphen, cap T, F, T, 2, 2, 5, 6, 6.
Test 26. Now it's got the name.
Massachusetts, Twinkle, Smart Applause Test 26, file.
Now, how do you export this? You long press it. Again, double tap and hold.
Copy button.
And choose share.
Move share button.
And let's listen to the options.
Cancel button.
See what the options are. Swipe right.
Share song. Heading.
Okay.
Choose a format for applause test 26.
Okay, go to the right.
Song. Button. Blue text on a white background.
So song is the first choice.
Ringtone. Button.
Ringtone is the second choice.
Project. Button. Blue
And
text.
project is the third choice. And if you swipe to the right, then
Tap to send your song as a stereo audio file.
it's going
You can choose additional options in the following dialog.
Okay.
Tap to create a custom ringtone for your iPad. Tap to send the GarageBand project, which contains all your multi-track recordings. Tap
So
to
you've
send
got the descriptions of each of those things. Now, I'm not actually
toggle side.
going to share it. If I wanted to create a ringtone, I would then just choose the ringtone option, and it's going to ask me to verify the name of it. If it's longer than 30 seconds, it's going to say, do you want to use, it's basically just going to inform me, really, we're going to use the first 30 seconds of this in so many words, right? It's going to give me that message. Unlike the Files app, it doesn't already have to be 30 seconds in length. But if you don't care what part of it uses, it's fine. It'll just use the first 30 seconds. If you do, you have to do some other work on it, obviously. But then it's going to ask you to verify the name of it and then to export it. And when it exports, you're actually going to get choices that you didn't get when we created a ringtone in the Files app. You're going to get the option to immediately set it as the default ringtone, which is what happens when you do it through the Files app, as you know. You're going to get the option to assign it to a particular contact. You're going to get the option to use it as the default text tone. You're going to get several options. Or if you don't want to do anything right now other than have it available later, you just hit the done button. And if you hit done, what it'll do is later on when you want it, it'll be in your settings under your sounds. So it's totally up to you, but basically it's gives you a few more options than what you have when you do in the Files app. So personal preference, right? Definitely the Files app method of ringtone creation is quicker if the file is already, properly positioned to be a ringtone. But if not, you have a lot more control over this. And then, there is a third way while we're talking about ringtones, and that is from the Mac or the PC, I suppose. But I'll be honest with you, and don't forget, I'm an iPad guy, but I also like the Mac, remember? I got my MacBook Neo. I really like it, praise God, and I don't have any problem using it when I need to or want to, and I think there are things that it's best suited for. I don't really feel like ringtone creation is one of them. I don't see the need to bring the Mac into the mix when you can do it all on the iPad or the iPhone. Now, there's one exception that I can think of right off the bat, and that is if you're Trainer Cliff and you have 6,857 audio files, and I know he's listening in the background because I saw him come in earlier, unless he left, so he can pick on me right back when I unmute him if I decide to. If you're Cliff and you have 6,500 sounds that you want to make ringtones, yeah, probably the Mac is going to be the way to do that because you're going to be able to get them all onto the phone or the device at one time, right? But if it's just a single ringtone you want to create, I don't see the need to bring the Mac into the mix. You can do it right on the iPad in one of several ways, and if you need to work on trimming your song, even that will work in GarageBand, or else you can use Ferrite, which I'm going to demonstrate tomorrow.
Correction, it's 10,322. Get it right next time.
I'll remember that number for next time. But that would be a case where it would be easier then to use the Mac because you can get them all over there, right? I mean, that there's no way to bulk do that in GarageBand or Files, right?
No, and it's not even a way to do it with Finder. There's a third-party app that I use called Walter Pro, and it's made by my buddy called hold on, let me think, because they gave me a lifetime membership for free for testing it for them. I can't even think of their name. Softorino, that's it.
Oh,
Softorino.
that's right. Now, why don't you use File or Finder though? Remind me what the drawback would be if you wanted to do it that way.
Because of they're no longer being in iTunes, there's no way to technically import a bulk batch of them. I mean, Tim Kilburn had a way, but it was only for one. I've never tried it with multiple ones, and the most I've ever been able to get in there at a time using the Finder method is like 5 or 6. So.
Oh, okay, I got it. So Walter gives you an option to actually.
Right. It has
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what it's made for, among other things. You could import iBooks or Kindle books. Um, what else can you do? Pages, documents. I mean, there's a whole lot of things that it can import. Um,
Okay.
just just audio files in general. So like if you wanted to play them on your device with MP3 or with VLC for that matter, and the other app that we always talk about, Infuse, you can bulk get files because you can download files directly on your phone or iPad through Infuse. But if you like wanted to do a TV show like Friends or The Nanny, and it has 5, 6, 10 episodes or 10 seasons, you can do it all at once that way. I mean, you could do it on a
Okay.
phone or iPad too, but it'll take a while from that technically download directly into the app. That will go
Right.
directly into it. So
Okay. Gotcha. Anything to add about GarageBand?
no, but I do want that track. And where'd you get that Studio Stadium clap from?
That that one is in our Apple sound effects thing that I sent you. That the iLife sound effects. That was one of
Okay.
those.
Do you know what what category it is?
Uh,
If not, I can
yeah,
search for it.
I can check, but yeah,
Even though I
yeah.
hate Spotlight, I'd have to use Spotlight on that one. But yeah, that was a good demonstration of, especially on how to like multi tracks, add vocals to it. And I mean, I mean, you like we tell people all the time, you get way more here than for free than people will make you pay for with the state, and just short quick demos on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever they do it. I mean, that's just I mean, you basically just gave them a whirlwind tour that they can go back and fast forward and rewind as many times they want to on the podcast
Right.
once you publish it. So
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Can't put a price tag on that. But no, that was, I mean, that's, like I tell you every year, I learn more and more about GarageBand each year. But now I'm gonna be jumping into the Logic field. I mean, it's pretty much the same concept though, just a little more options and things that you get because you pay, now a subscription. Although you could pay I think it's $200 for one time, but I don't think that version, if I'm not mistaken, carries over to the iPad. I can't remember.
Right. I don't think it does.
Doesn't
There's a
matter.
standalone version for the iPad that's also a subscription. I don't remember how much that is now because it's what we
I mean,
used
but if
to
you're gonna
do.
pay
But
for that, you might as well pay for the whole
you
Creator
might as
Studio.
well get the whole Creator Studio. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for joining today's session. Didn't get your question answered? Have an additional comment or feedback? Email us info@ttjtech.biz or info@stiritup.com. And remember, stir is spelled with a U. That's STURITUP.com. Or check out our websites for additional resources. That's ttjtech.biz or stiritup.com. And remember, subscribe to the newsletter when you're there. That way, you don't miss out on any upcoming announcements or events. Thanks for joining us. God bless, and see you next time.